I'm legally insane. And hidden behind these adult-sized diapers and this game of Die Hard Arcade, CIB for the Sega Saturn. CIB Die Hard Arcade. Best beat 'em up ever made. Hidden behind this Die Hard Arcade, arguably best beat 'em up ever made, are a bunch of Nintendo Wii games. Not only is this a stack of what I believe to be 17 Nintendo Wii games, but this is an entire collection. This is somebody's full Nintendo Wii collection, a die-hard Nintendo Wii gamer, and I got this for free. Let's find out why and how, and it has nothing to do with that dead guy from Vermont, Michigan that happened about a weekend ago, where the news media reported that his entire Nintendo Wii collection was stolen during a robbery gone bad and the guy was murdered. Now that's unrelated. So I don't want you, the reason I'm mentioning that is because I don't want anybody getting any ideas. So let's find out what we have here and what it's worth. So we're going to take a trip into the mind of a die-hard Wii gamer and this particular gamer's entire collection. And this was gifted to me by my own brother. That's why I got it for free. I didn't kill anybody in Michigan. I've already told you that. Quit looking that up on the internet. I don't want you looking into that. So let's find out what's here. And I should mention, my brother did let me know he actually threw some of the games out. He threw the games out that he thought were worthless. He's not a collector. He doesn't know what's worth money. He doesn't know what's not worth money. But he has like at least basic knowledge. So for example, he said he threw out his Call of Duty games. And he didn't say what else he threw out. So I don't know what else there was. I'm hoping it was just Call of Duty games, because I do get a little nervous when a non-collector starts throwing games out, because there might be a hidden gem. Like somebody could throw out that Barbie game for the 3DS that's worth like $5,000 CIB. They wouldn't know any better. They just see Barbie, it's worthless. They throw it out. So what he left are the games that he thought had value. And in some cases, he was right, because I put this one up top. First one on the list, Silent Hill Shattered Memories. This is now my second copy. I will be keeping this for many years. I'm not selling this, buddy. This is going at $200. What's this price chart for? So right now, this price chart's for, I wrote this down, $109.60 Canadian dollars, about $80 US. Recent sold listings as of like 2 days ago, $125 Canadian, free shipping. This ain't cheap. You're going to pay taxes on top of that, buddy. Okay, this ain't cheap. The PS2 version currently goes for over 500 Canadian dollars. Over 500, straight line up. Start the chart at 2019, it don't stop. Straight line up. All the people that were screaming, oh, the prices are going to crash after they only went up because of COVID. Well, they're going to be waiting a long time, because it ain't never coming down. I'm telling you that right now. It's going to $1,000. PS2 version is going to $1,000. You just got to wait. It's not going to happen overnight. That's the other thing. People think, oh, well, it's at 500 now. It's not going to go up anymore. Look, it's not at 1,000 right now, so it's not going to hit 1,000. Okay, when it was at 100, nobody said it was going to hit 500. But anyways, this Wii version has been riding the coattails of the PS2 version, mind you, at a much, much slower pace. But that will change. The reason it's selling for 100 today and no longer $20 is because the PS2 version is going up. PS2 is more desirable. Nobody wants Wii games, even to this day. Even though it's one of the biggest hidden gem consoles, that's going to change, and it slowly is changing. You're going to wake up one day and all the Wii prices are going to be up, just like the Xbox 360 prices. You literally woke up. And I know many of my subscribers and viewers, they have personally experienced this. They went to bed, they were eyeing a $20 game, maybe for months. In fact, $20, $30, $40 game. They're eyeing it for months. It's not moving. I got time. I'll wait. I'll pick it up later. And then all of a sudden they wake up one day, it's $80. And you know what they did? $40 game doubled to $80. Then they said, whoa, okay, I'll pay 40. Hell, I'll pay 50. As a matter of fact, I'll pay 60. I'll wait for it to come back down a little bit. 3 days later, it's 120. Then, couple days later, couple weeks later, it's 200. That actually happened. So anyways, this one is fairly cheap. It's arguably a better way to play the game because you do get the Wii motion controls. And before you say, well, that ruins the game, just remember, this game did the motion controls well. It's not overutilized, and it kind of adds a very unique element to the game, a different way to play the game. Use the Wii remote with the motion controls to point your flashlight and pick up your cell phone. It's very simplistic, nothing too major. It really immerses you into the game like PS2 could not do, like no other console would be able to do. So yeah, is this going to double in price again? Yes, it is. If someone tells you they know when it's going to double, they're lying. I don't know when it's going to double. I don't know when it's going to triple, but it's going to double, triple. So I ain't selling it, keeping it. That's a double now. Thank you very much. And keep in mind, this is my brother's game. He's not a collector. He didn't know that that was a super rare, awesome game. Next up, we got Punch-Out. Is this Super Punch-Out or just Punch-Out? Just Punch-Out. Wii Punch-Out. This would have been my brother. He bought all of his games, every single one at EB Games back in the day. These were not from eBay. He don't use no eBay. He don't use no Marketplace, Local, Kijiji. Straight up GameStop/EB Games. In Canada, they were all named EB Games back then. So a lot of them are going to have these stickers. I can get those stickers off. It's not a problem. Goo Gone and a plastic scraper. I'll get them off. Oh yeah, these are... Oh, I guess not all of them are CIB. Shattered Hill is CIB. That's CIB. Or sorry, Shattered Memories. So Punch-Out, if it was CIB, it would go for... Oh, frig, a lot of money. 45 Canadian. Price charts for $48.5 Canadian, about $32.58 USD. And by the way, this game is gaining popularity. It was very popular at the time when it came out too, but it's actually been gaining popularity. The price has actually gone up a little bit and might even continue to go up in the longer run because it's it's not exactly a rare game. This is mass produced. It's not exactly going to hit Silent Hill prices here, guys. But this was a very underrated and still is underrated Punch-Out game. But the OG Punch-Out will always be the best by default, but only the Mike Tyson version by default. If you don't have the Mike Tyson version, do you even have Punch-Out? I mean, come on. I'm not playing any version that doesn't have Mike Tyson for the NES. If you don't have the Mike Tyson version, I would sell it immediately or throw it in the garbage. I don't care how much it's worth. Oh, here's a freaking gem. Yeah, see, my brother had a lot of hidden gems, and I don't think he knew. Like, he doesn't know what's a hidden gem and what's popular, what's not popular. But he's into the horror games, so he was smart enough to dig deep to find this one. This is a survival horror game. Does use motion controls, but it's also very underrated. It is a complete hidden gem. And I do believe that the price will go up in the future when the market really wakes up to this game. Now, where the real money's at is the limited edition version. It came with a bonus DVD and a steelbook. It was in a steelbook. And I think the DVD was actually, and I don't own the limited edition version, I wish I did, very expensive, incredibly rare. Insanely rare. It came with a DVD that, I think it was like a documentary on the making of the game, something like that. This price charts for $27.90 Canadian, $20, about $20.50 USD. Survival horror game. Next up, we got Super Mario Galaxy 2. Price charts for $35.20 Canadian. It's not a cheap game. This used to be like $10, you know. You could get this for $10 several years ago. $25.80 USD. This commands a pretty hefty value for being a Super Mario Wii game. Considering Super Mario Galaxy 1 is kind of worthless, that's hefty price, buddy. It's almost $40. In fact, if you go to a pawn shop, they'll charge you $40. You go to a game store, they're going to have this up 40, maybe even 50. Some of these game prices, these game stores, they jack up the price big time. $50. And somebody will pay it. It's Super Mario Galaxy 2. Some people say that that's one of the best Mario games ever made. Some people will tell you that. I'm not one of them, but some people will. Okay, this is a really interesting choice. So my brother has Cabela Outdoor Adventures in here, and you got to put your non-collector brain on. Pretend you don't know anything. This is one that he did not throw out, whereas I would have imagined him to have thrown this one out. And I'm glad he didn't, though. I mean, it still has value. It's not completely worthless. This is Cabela's Outdoor Adventure. Price charts for $12.11. About $8.88 USD. CIB, of course. CIB. Forgot to show you CIB. CIB. Almost all of these will be complete. But if it was me, if I had my non-collector brain on, I probably would have thrown this in the garbage. But I thought that was interesting because from a non-collector, you got to think, you would probably look at that and say, well, like, I never hear anybody talk about it. I don't see it very often, whereas Call of Duty you see all the time. So that's where the thought process comes in. And this one as well, this was a super interesting one. Real Heroes Firefighter. When I had never seen this before in my life. I opened the box with my brother's entire collection inside. I looked at this one, I said, holy hell, that might actually be a rare game. This might be a $100 game for all I know. I never seen this before in my life. And there is that one rare firefighter game on the PS2. I forget the name of it offhand, but it's quite expensive. It's a firefighter-based game. But that's an expensive game, so I thought, oh man, maybe this is $50. Might be $50 easy. I did look it up though. It's very cheap. It's $8.84. Price charts for Canadian dollars, $6.48 USD. But it does look actually like it looks like it would be fun. It looks fun. So maybe this would catch on one day. Many years in the future, this could become a $50 game. I don't know. I haven't played it, so I really don't know if it's good. It looks fun, but looking fun and actually being fun when you play it are two different things. I'm very happy to have this one in my collection, and I would love to see 10 years from now if that one has become a bit of a sought-after game, like, you know, $30 to $50 Canadian dollar game. Next up, we got Captain America. This price charts for $11.98 Canadian, $8.78 USD. This is actually one of the better superhero games, as proven by the fact that it's a massive hidden gem for what it is. This is like Captain America has been the one superhero game that was kind of ignored versus your Wolverine's Wolverine Origins and Spider-Man games. Incredible Hulk and Captain America have both kind of been at the bottom of the totem pole. But it's not a cheap game on the 360 or the PS3. So PS3 price charts for $51.42 Canadian. Over $50. And it's been going up. It's been going up because it's a good friggin' game. That's why. That's the market's been catching on. Hey, this is just as good as several of those other superhero games. If not better. Some people might tell you this is better than Wolverine on the 360 and the PS3. So I do think that this one will catch up a little bit. It is a little bit cheap in comparison. If it's price starting $11.98 today, it should probably be price starting for $20. I'm definitely not selling this, even though I already own Captain America on the 360. I would definitely not be selling this because the price will go up. Same thing happened with Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions for the Wii. I sold my Wii copy for, I think it was $39.95 Canadian dollars, because I knew it was riding the coattails of the 360 and the PS3 version. So I threw it up on eBay at a higher than market value price. At the time when I threw it up, it was trading maybe $20-25. I threw it up for basically $40. I knew someone would buy it eventually. You gotta have patience. I've got experience selling on eBay. I know that you need patience, and you need to know, if you're gonna overprice, you you need to do your research. Well, is it realistic that the market is going to come and meet you at that price? And I knew that the market was going to come and meet me, and somebody did buy it. And the Wii version sucks, just like the Wii version here would suck. But it's a cheaper alternative. Some people don't want the $125 360 PS3 version. Some people don't want to pay $50 or more for Captain America on the PS3. They want to pay $12 for the Nintendo Wii version, and they're perfectly fine with that. Some people do that. Why not? You're still going to have fun. All right, next up we got Wii Sports Resort. This one sells all friggin' day. You have no idea. It's not CIB, but sells all day. And I'm not even kidding. I went on price starting, and they had over 26 sales on May 30th. I don't know what the hell happened on May 30th, unless it's an error, but I don't know. I don't know. 26 sales in one day on May 30th. And I know because I've sold this on eBay before. I think I sold a CIB copy for, what was it? No, I sold a CD-only copy. It was friggin' expensive. I was actually shocked somebody paid it. It might have been $39 shipped to the US. It might have been, no, that was a Wii Sports. I sold a Wii Sports, $29 plus $9.95 shipping. I was shocked somebody bought it because I could have bought a Canadian seller had it for $29 free shipping to Canada. Well, I came in at $29, also free shipping to Canada, but $9.95 shipping to the States, and somebody in the States bought it. That's 39 Canadian dollars. I know that this one sells all day. Wii Sports Resort price charts for $40.74. Sells commonly for up to $45 or more dollars. You can sell it locally all day as well. People come to your house and pick it up. You could probably even get $40 local, really. $29.86 US dollars, about $30 US. That's CIB though, that's not CIB. Oh, Mario Kart Wii. I mean, these are good. These are solid games. Imagine if you had all of these in your collection. And you're just a gamer. You're not a collector. There's a difference between somebody who's a collector and a gamer, that's myself, versus somebody who's a collector and somebody who's just a gamer. The gamer just wants to play the good games. He's got Captain America. He's got the good games. He's got that firefighter game that looks pretty awesome. He's got the Super Mario Galaxy. He's got the Mario Kart Wii, CIB. Sells for $40 to $50 all day. In fact, I sold one just recently with the wheel that my brother gave me. I sold it with the wheel local. Actually, I threw in my other wheel. It was actually a really good deal local. I gave a good deal. $50. Somebody came and picked it up within, I think it was sold within 24 hours of me posting it, meaning I probably underpriced it. I probably should have asked for $60, and I bet you somebody would come and pick it up. Oh, here's another gem. Like, these are just all good games. Metroid Other M, CIB. Now, the Metroid games on the Wii, I'm actually not very familiar with. I know of Metroid Trilogy, which I want to get. I'm not even sure if I own Other M. I think I do. Pretty sure I own this one and Metroid 3. I don't own the trilogy. I want to get the trilogy. I know that they're good games, and that's about the extent of my knowledge. I know that the GameCube Metroid was supposed to be really good, and the Wii, all the Wii Metroids are really good. Hell, all the friggin' Nintendo Switch Metroids, including that remaster / remake that they did, supposed to be really good. I've watched my roommate play one of them for a little while. I think it was the GameCube version. But you know what the problem is? The problem is I'm not into the first-person Metroid style game. Like, I want side-scrolling Super Nintendo style Metroid. That's what I want. In fact, give me the 16-bit graphics from the Super Nintendo and the Game Boy Advance Metroid games. Metroid Fusion, 10 out of 10 game. You want a freaking good Metroid game? Get yourself Super Metroid or Metroid Fusion. 10 out of 10. Oh, here's another one of those hunting animal games. Big Game Hunter 2010. So my brother would have thought that this one would be a little bit on the rare side. Oh yeah, Metroid price charts for $18.79 Canadian, about $13.77 USD. Not worth very much. Maybe it's part of Metroid Trilogy, I don't know. And Big Game Hunter 2010 sells for about $10 Canadian dollars. CIB. I will be selling a lot of these. I just don't know how I'm going to sell them yet. Am I going to bundle them together? I'll have to figure out how can I get the maximum value out of them. Because sometimes bundling them together, people expect too big of a discount, and it might be a better deal for me to piece them out individually. Or make a small bundle, sell the rare, the more bigger and more expensive games on eBay. Now this one was shocking. This is Super Mario Brothers. I mean, everyone and their mother has this. If you have a Wii, you have to have this by default. And this was also a game that everyone and their mother talked about back in the day as one of the best Mario games ever made when this came out. It was also very different. I think it was the first 4-player Mario game as well. 4-player simultaneous Mario game. And where you can play cooperatively or competitively. You can do either or. That was part of the fun. And I actually did get to experience, I played 3-player. I wish I got to play 4-player. But I was very fortunate to have actually gotten to experience that back in the day. When it was new and fresh. People take that 4-player Mario style games, or 4-player games in general nowadays, they take it for granted. But back prior to the Wii days, 4-player games were a lot more rare and not as easy to come by. So this Mario Brothers Wii, holy hell, yeah, shockingly it trades for, price starts for $34.09, so $35. To be honest, I would have thought this was a $10 or $12 game, and last I checked it was. So this is one to keep an eye out at a pawn shop, or just pick it up for cheap if you ever see it at a garage sale, because I didn't know it was worth so much. I have not been tracking the price on this. Many years ago, probably when I started collecting for the Wii, this was literally a $10 game at most. Nobody cared about this. It's very common. So I did not expect that. It's about 25 USD. Shockingly. Very interesting too. I already own that one, so I don't need to keep it. Here's one. Super Mario Galaxy. Some people actually do prefer this one over the second one. I don't know why. It's probably a matter of personal preference. It is not CIB, but I know that it's not worth much. Price, oh frig, no, it's really not bad. Price charts for $20.45 Canadian, CIB, $15 USD. Oh, yeah, this is a gem. I'm keeping this one. This will only continue to climb. GameCube version is the better version, but this one will ride the coattails of the GameCube version as time passes. This is Super Mario Mario Super Sluggers. It's a baseball Mario game. It is CIB. The manual is behind here. Just so you know. CIB. Probably 4-player. Yeah, it's 4-player. The Mario Soccer Superchargers, whatever it's called, on the GameCube is also the better version than the Wii version. Now this price charts for a whopping, holy frig, basically 45 bucks. And like I said, that's starting price. Sometimes you'll pay more, sometimes you'll pay less. You got to pay taxes, you got to pay shipping, you know, but it's a rough guide. It's a rough guide. So roughly $45, about $32.86 USD. And this I am keeping, not selling. That's my second or third copy. I'll have to double check. Here we got Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. This is my second and or third copy because I keep finding it for cheap. And as I mentioned earlier, I have not actually played this game, so I'm not really familiar with the Wii version. I don't really know what the consensus is. Is this considered like a 10 out of 10 Metroid game, or is this considered garbage in comparison to the GameCube version? I don't know. That price charts for $17.05. It's not worth very much. I would imagine because this says Metroid Prime 3, it would be part of the Metroid trilogy. Then we have a CIB Wii Sports, and I sold a non-CIB Wii Sports for $29. No manual, where I told you, remember, somebody in the States bought it. They paid the shipping. I don't know why. I mean, maybe they wanted the Canadian version. They paid a premium for it. I sold it. And I've gotten a premium for many of my games in the past. You never know who's going to buy your item. Like, I've gotten shockingly high numbers before. I list things. I don't care. I'll list things on eBay and they will not sell for a year or 2 or 3. But they eventually sell. And I have the patience. I don't need to sell it right away. I don't need to go at the cheapest. I don't need to go list at the cheapest price. I don't need to start undercutting all the other guys. If I know that I've got a good item and it's going to sell, I'll overprice it even. Sometimes. Not all the time. Okay, here's Link's crossbow training. It's obviously damaged, so this is completely worthless as far as I know. But funny story, I know a guy that purchased over 200 of these. He was buying them for I mean I don't even know how he got them, to be honest with you. I think he was buying them on eBay and locally. I don't know. He went around and bought them all because he had a theory, and still does technically, that most of these ended up in the garbage, which they probably did. And because it's Zelda, it's Link, it's part of the Zelda universe. It's a Zelda game. This counts. This is Zelda. Because of that, he thought, okay, this might actually be worth something in the future. Nobody wants it today, but in the future, because it's got Link's name on it, and because it's part of the Zelda universe, it's going to go up in value. You know, it could be a $50 game, it could be a $100 game. If he's buying them all for $2, $3, $4, $5 a piece, he was buying them years ago when shipping was really cheap. His theory was he'll be a rich man if it ever goes to $100. You know, it's just for fun, guys. Like, I always get the non-collectors, people that don't know what they're talking about, writing comments all the time, but they'd get really pissed off when they hear that. They get pissed off whenever anybody buys more than one copy of a game, because they don't have any money. They don't tell you that part. They don't tell you that they're broke and that they wish they had 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 copies of that $100, $200, $300, $400, $1,000 game that they could have bought for $20, but they never did. They didn't do it. And then it went to $1,000, and they get pissed off when they see 6 games on your shelf of the same game. or it goes from $20 to $150, and they see, oh, you got 6 copies of Blitz the League 2 for the Xbox 360 that you paid $20 or less for all 6 of them, on average. They get pissed off when they see it. Well, buddy, you could have bought it for $22. You never did. Now you're paying $150. And you know what? You're buying it from me. You're paying me $150 because you didn't buy it at $20. You had the opportunity, the same as every single other person on this planet had the opportunity to pay $20. Now you're paying $100, $150, $200. Pick a game. Anyways, I thought it was really funny and interesting that somebody out there did buy 200 of these. I wish I could remember exactly how he got them. Maybe he found them on clearance at Walmart or something. I don't know. But the problem is the game is so bad. Even with Link's name on it, nobody wants it. But that could change. You know, who knows? 10 years from now, let's see what happens. That might be a highly sought after item 10 years from now. You never know what can happen in these crazy markets. By the way, yes, my brother also gave me the console with the stand. He gave me this thing. I don't know what this is. It's got a button over here though. I assume you put a Wii nunchuck in it, maybe? I don't know. Does it run on batteries? Frig, I have no idea what this is, to be honest. And of course I got all the hookups and controllers. And some of them have the attachment for the Wii Sports Resort. You need the attachment if you don't have a Motion Plus controller. And there are more attachments in here. And there's a Wii Nunchuck. I think it came with 4 controllers. I honestly don't remember, because I think I put the controllers in my tub of all the controllers, except for these ones. But I don't actually know. This is my 3rd Wii console, so I will be selling this. I just have to figure out how I'm going to sell it and what I'm going to bundle with it. Right here is all 17 games from my brother's entire Nintendo Wii collection. All great games, really good games that a gamer would really enjoy. He obviously likes those hunting games. I'm not too big into those, mostly because I'm not very good at aiming the gun, to be honest with you. I do collect, I got a couple of gun shooter games on the Wii. There's a lot of really good ones. A lot of really good ones. Even a cheaper one called Reloaded. Check that one out. Hidden gem. There's so many hidden gems. But the people that really enjoy those games are usually people that are actually good at aiming the gun. I couldn't even do duck hunt. I had to go up to the screen. To this day, I can't shoot the ducks from far away. I can't do it. I have to be right up to the screen and I point the gun at the ducks. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I don't know. I can't shoot things unless I'm up close. So when I kill someone, I make sure I'm up close. Right? Where's my gun at? I remember I put it away. I'm waiting for the surgeon to reattach my balls, so I'm not going to need that thing for a while. I have an appointment booked on Monday.